my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. Got you in my heart. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me get on the screen. Where's the camera? There go the camera. There we go. We in here. We in here. As y'all probably can hear, my voice is still going through it. I'm trying to figure it out. I got the Barry White going on early this morning. But we're going to get it. We're going to get it done. Got a great show for us today. I wish people would just say they don't like Shedeur. They wouldn't have to jump through all the hurdles they're jumping through to try to discredit him or to try to make him look bad or change the topic every single time someone is speaking on Shedeur. So we're going to get to it. Adam the Bull's on the Summer Jam screen. You've been watching me for a while. You know that I'm always looking at Adam the Bull and just wondering why he won't say exactly what he feels, because he comes with the weak contrarian arguments that just don't make sense. So let's get those greetings in order. Zedric, what's going on? Good morning. Black Pearl, top of the morning. Good morning, Latika.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Felix, good morning. How you feeling today? Key Mathis, what's going on? Good morning. The fact that Dylan Gabriel is being set up for the biggest L is the only sound clip you hear in the intro with music is hilarious. Somebody caught it. That's intentional too. Somebody caught it. Glad you caught that, Zedric. Glad you caught that. I faded out the music in there just so everybody can hear that main point. Wanted them to hear that. So shout out to you, Zedric, for catching that. Key Mathis says, show your ride. That's that. Isn't that from like an old movie? Show your ride? I think that is. I think that's from an old movie. I think it is. C07111. Good morning. How you feeling? Good morning, TK. Good morning. Ivy League Mac, what's going on? It's so disingenuous. You cannot have conversations with these people. Talk to them, Zedric. That's a fact. A.M. Williams, good morning. TK says, I'm at work, so I'll be popping in and out. You know, we here to keep you entertained as much as we can while you're at work. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Nobody gets on your nerves or anything like that, TK. Hey, did you catch Emory Hunt saying the Browns is a team to watch for 2026? I did not. I did not see that, but great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. These people like to wait till I put my earbuds in to get on my nerves. Every time, Latika, every single time. It's like, come on now, what y'all got going on? They get you every time. Beast, what's going on, man? How you feeling? I like Emory Hunt's takes. Emory Hunt puts in a lot of work. He watches a lot of film. So I'm always excited to hear his takes. Oh, you got headphones in. That's how you heard it. Yeah, I'm surprised that, probably people just watch me on their phone, so they don't realize that I lowered the volume at that point so they can hear it. I faded in and faded out after I said that part. I think that was one of the, out of all the stuff I said last year, I think that was one of the ones that was up at the top, because when I said they were setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L, people were mad at me. And they were saying, no, it's Shedeur. I'm like, nah, Dylan Gabriel's going to be the one. And, I mean, look at Dylan Gabriel now. So, all right, Jizzle, good morning. How you feeling? Craig, what's going on? Good morning. Wet 11s, good morning. Selmo Fudd, what's going on?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
Selmo Fudd, you asked me a question the other day. You asked me who would I say was the most improved quarterback this year. I really thought about it. The first answer I would say was potentially Daniel Jones until he got hurt. It would have been Daniel Jones. If I had to go to a second player, most improved, I would have to say Trevor Lawrence. If we're talking about quarterbacks, most improved. So did want to get you that answer. Good morning, Charmaine, hardest working woman in Ohio. New special teams coordinator too. Yeah, I saw the new special teams coordinator. Hopefully they could just get guys to play fast and play with effort, and special teams will be fine. I'm a little bit more concerned with where we go for defensive coordinator. Not concerned in a bad way. That's the wrong word. I'm a little more interested to see where we go for defensive coordinator. That's what I'm really looking for. This is a foolishness. Good morning, C.A. Anderson. Celebrate the good time. Just a recipe that helps me with throat issues. Lemon and ginger tea, any brand. The ginger helps the throat. Yeah, I got to I've been working so much, y'all. Like on my streams and then outside of my streams with work. So just that combination of going through like the whole season and then kicking it into a different level with added things that I just got to listen to my body. So my body is saying, hey, take a rest. So I can go about a year and a half and then my body will say, hey, you got to relax. So I think this is just a sign my body is telling me, hey, relax a little bit, take a day or two to yourself. So I appreciate that, C.A. Anderson. I appreciate that. KC, good morning. How you feeling? CO7111, I agree with the DG assessment. I myself said Stefanski was trying to ruin two rookies because Stefanski knows DG was solely picked to be a backup. I agree with that, and I saw it early. This is going to be a great show. I love hanging out with the Off the Record fam. You guys make my day when we hang out. Shout out to Key Mathis. Key Mathis, I like your energy all the time. So shout out to you, Key Mathis. Shout out to you. They've casted a much wider net for DC than head coach. I noticed it's a lot of pass game coordinators coming in to interview. Yeah, I like it. Prentice Premier, ATL in the building. What's going on? Yeah, you hear it in the voice. What's going on, Prentice Premier? D, these people are not serious. They're talking about Sam Darnold so bad. I think Shedeur don't have a chance because if you can win a Super Bowl and still say you're not that good, that's some bull junk. Wet 11s, you know what it is? They have to be right in what they said about Sam Darnold. Everybody wrote Sam Darnold off. That was the point I was trying to get to on Monday's stream. I was trying to get to if the evaluators said Sam Darnold was a bust and now he's a Super Bowl champion, doesn't that mean we probably can't just listen to the evaluators blindly? We have to look at the track record. We have to look at what they've stood on. We have to look at who they got wrong. And now they still want to be right. So that's what they're doing. It's just Maya. Good morning. How you feeling? Today, we got a good show, y'all. Y'all see we got Bull on the Summer Jam screen. We're going to get to him. He not making no sense. We're going to look at some guys playing spades and hear a good spades story. We're going to look at what settles George Pickens before he goes into a game. We're going to look at CU's new offensive coordinator in a great interview he did, Duke with the Scoop. We got 2 points I want to hit in there. I'm very excited about CU. Very excited about them. So we got a great show. We also have a special voicemail that I missed on the last stream that we're going to play on this stream. So I think we got a great show for today. Really, really, really good show. We got some great motivation. The motivation courtesy of Key Mathis. So shout out to Key Mathis providing that motivation that we're going to use for today. Just another way for them to still hate. I agree with that. Sam Darnold now has 2 years of good production. Can't ignore that anymore. They cannot. Did I hear correct that Sam Darnold was 17-2 before being traded to Seattle? Did he go 17-2 for Minnesota? I think they did. Yeah, I think Minnesota was 17-2. Lost in the playoffs. Then he signed He signed with Seattle as a free agent. As a free agent. Bull asked so many leading questions too. Do y'all remember I said you always got to watch the person who wants to summarize what you say and not just go based on what you say? Bull does that too. All right, definitely hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit the like button for me. Blind Beauty, good morning. How you feeling? No, he was 14-3. Zedric, do you remember, did they win any? Yeah, it wouldn't be 17. You're right about that. Did they end up being 15-4, or how many playoff games did they win? Did they win one playoff game, or did they go out in the first round? I can't remember. I can't remember. Let's get to the special voicemail we got. We got a special voicemail that I want to play. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, let's go voicemail first. We're going to go voicemail, then we're going to go motivation. But I missed this voicemail the other day, so I'm going to start off with it. I'm going to start off with this voicemail. So let's do this, y'all. We're going to go here. And then I just want y'all to hear this. This is really nice. We're going to go here.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, we ready.
Hey D.
And chat.
Hey chat. And D. This is G. Happy Super Bowl. Go Patriots.
Yeah, right. Seahawks in the house. We winning. She just don't know what she talking about. She ain't got no Patriots gear.
She doesn't even have any Seahawks gear. So
Dude, stop.
Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. I thought this was a lovely voicemail. So chat, Gigi says, what's up? And I didn't get a chance to play this the other day, but I remembered that I needed to make sure I played this. Really enjoyed this show. Thank you, C.A. Anderson, and thank you, Gigi. And I see that side. She not letting up. She was like, you don't have no Seattle gear. I thought that was special. I really enjoyed that. So thank you to C.A. Anderson. Thank you to Gigi. I appreciate y'all. Why does anybody listen to Bull? He a Bengals fan. That's a good question. D, do you think they dismiss Sam because they just wanted to crown Josh? I think they dismissed Sam Darnold because they want to maintain the narrative that they were right when they said he wasn't good. So I think they want to hold on to that. Show some love to Cleveland's own Laila Edwards, who made history on Thursday, becoming the first black woman to compete in the Olympics ice hockey tournament for the U.S. Olympic team. Shout out to her. I saw that post that you put in Patreon. Shout out to her. She's been repping Cleveland hard too. She's been repping Cleveland hard for a while. So shout out to her. I saw that I think the Kelsey brothers paid for like her travel for her to go to the Winter Olympics. So just very special story. Laurie, what's going on? Good morning. How you feeling? They lost in the wild card round to the Rams 27-9. Darnold got sacked 9 times. Ooh-wee. Yeah, shout out to Laila. I think I could pull it up. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up what Selma Fudd shared with us in Patreon. Let me grab the link real quick. Let me grab the link. All right, I got it. I'm going to pull it up so y'all can see Laila Edwards. And I'm pretty sure it was the Kelseys who helped her and her family travel. Here it is right here. And let me get this up on the screen for y'all. Here we go. This is Laila Edwards right here, y'all. This is Laila Edwards. They started talking about her story more because I believe she was warming up in a Cavs jersey during warm-ups of one of her I don't know what they call it, matches or games. I got to get the right terminology for hockey. But this is Laila Edwards. This is from Earl to Pearl. Shout out to Earl. Earl posted this. Today, we show some love to Cleveland's own Laila Edwards, who made history on Thursday, February 5th, becoming the first black woman to compete in the Olympic ice hockey tournament for the U.S. Olympic team. The 22-year-old Clevelander collected her first point in the 5-1 win over, I'm not going to mess up that country's name. I don't put no disrespect on their name. But this is Laila right here, y'all. So shout out to Laila. Shout out to Laila. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to Selma for sending us that story. We appreciate you. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling, y'all. D, the left tackle on the Pats, is going through it. They tearing him up. They are tearing him up. They're saying he should be a guard. They're saying all this stuff. They're saying a lot of stuff about him. A lot of stuff. This is all one big game of protect and maintain conventional thinking, the status quo, and the incumbent player. Sanders is a disruptor to the establishment on a number of levels. Ivy League Mac. I agree with that. Big time. Big time. Thanks, D, for that. I can't wait to let her hear this. She actually switched sides. She is a blessing to her grandma, and I sent Parker home with her. No, you told Parker, get to stepping. Told him, get to stepping. Sam didn't play well in that game. Correct. Yeah, he didn't play well in their last playoff game. I remember that. All the haters reverted back to him with the Jets. I agree. Oh, yeah, Will Campbell, I feel sorry for him. He's still a rookie. He will get better. They are not holding back on him. They're not holding back on him at all. They're not holding back on him at all. They're going in on him. Going in. Let's get this thing started with some motivation. Key Mathis sent me this, and I was like, man, this is really good. We're going to play this to start the show. Let's get it going.
And becoming more means shedding what no longer serves your calling. It means surrendering attitudes, habits, and patterns that are familiar but fruitless. It means growing beyond what's comfortable so you can step into what's divine. And yes, that's uncomfortable. Evolution always is. But comfort is not your calling. Obedience is. Now, the Word of God puts it plainly in Romans chapter 12, verse.
I'm going to play that ending back for y'all. I'm going to play the whole thing back for y'all. I like this so much. As soon as Key Mathis sent me to when I played it. Let me play it back.
And becoming more means shedding what no longer serves your calling. It means surrendering attitudes, habits, and patterns that are familiar but fruitless. It means growing beyond what's comfortable so you can step into what's divine. And yes, that's uncomfortable. Evolution always is. But comfort is not your calling.
Comfort is not your calling. Q Mathis, when you said this to me and I played it, I was like, man, oh man, this is so good. I'm not even going to, so I have some motivation that I hold and I keep it and I'm like, I'm going to play this later. This one, I said, nah, we playing this next stream. Don't be afraid to get out your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to remove yourself from situations that aren't fruitful for you. Don't be afraid to take calculated risks, y'all. Don't be afraid. So I thought this was amazing. And evolution is uncomfortable. And I would agree with that. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that motivation. I enjoyed that a lot. As soon as Keith Mathis sent me to me, I said, nah, we playing this. We are playing this. We live in such an interesting time because when have we ever seen a lineman get grilled to this level? They don't want to say Drake May hasn't been good. For some reason, I'm not sure why Drake May is the protected. I'm not sure. Yes, Darius, what's going on? That is who it is. That is who it is. Miles Monroe. They don't want to say Drake May got it wrong for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't want to say he got it wrong, but he got it wrong. And they don't want to say it. And he wasn't playing good. So I don't know why they're protecting him to this level. The enemy of success is not failure. It is comfort. Darius, come on, man. Come on. That is so true. That is so true. So true, man. So true. All right. I thought this was funny. So, if you don't know, C. Anderson and Shanithia are always talking about Spades and their Spades partners. And I was thinking about both of them when I saw this. So I saw this and I said, we have to play this. I think they'll get a kick out of it. So let's play it right here.
Joe got us into a Spades tournament.
Yes.
On Thursday, okay? And we get up there and we playing the game. And we're doing well, we bump off the first ones,
Win the first round.
We win the first round. We get to the second round, and we really ain't catching no hands. We know we got a 5 and a 5, and then we caught a hand, on the third hand, and
yes.
I'm sitting there and I'm sandbagging. I'm trying to get them to go higher than they want to. So I'm like, yo, we got 5. You know what I'm saying? We got 5. So they went on ahead and they fell for it, and they went for the 6, I believe it was.
Yes.
So now listen. Jordan told me he could play this game, y'all. Okay? Jordan told me he could play this game. But before we even get to that, there was a hand before that where Joe showed me he could play this game.
Yes.
Okay? Joe showed me he could play this game now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the man we went blind, just in the dark, a hot 8.
Blind 8.
Blind 8. Man went blind 8. I said, ooh, okay. Blind 8. Get out there, and Joe play his cards on the money. Now my expectations done shot high. I said, Joe know how to play this game, right?
Yeah.
I'm right. I'm like, Joe know how to play this game. Okay, we doing this right here, right? So, as I was saying, we get to the hand where we could have set him, right?
Yes,
okay.
We could have set him. And Debo is exactly right. And this is where
let me tell my story, Joe. I'm gonna let you talk.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you talk, Joe. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish it. You're doing right.
Now,
you're saying exactly what's going on. You're doing a great job.
Okay. So now, don't forget, you messed up a little before that. Before the last straw.
Okay.
What was that, Joe? What was that?
When I should have passed it back to you. You were doing.
Now listen.
You gave it to me. Look,
on this one. Listen, people. Listen. Anybody that's a spade player out there, they know how to play this game, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I go Trump. I shoot Trump. Boom. Okay? I'm Trump. He goes, I'm shooting like a I think it was an ace or something, right?
Yeah.
Dude hit with the little joker. Joe come on top with the big joker. Boom.
Boom.
And you know what he plays back? A club. We the only two with clubs. They get the cut book. They get their books because of that.
Yeah.
Listen, see, I'm getting excited already. All Joe had to do
was go back
with the Trump. I was sitting over there waiting on it. We would have set them and they get going, right? So that went through. I say, Joe, man, come on, brother. You got to come back Trump. You just got to come back Trump, man. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You got to come back Trump. Now, mind y'all, while this is happening.
Y'all can already see where the story is going. I don't know why you see the ace, you see the little joker, you see the big joker come out, and you don't go back to spades. That's his that's his problem right there. That's his problem. We're gonna finish him out. Let's see what Joe does.
Joe is carrying conversation. So I'm watching him be distracted, okay? And I done already seen that he could play the game, but now he got distraction. He back and forth. He back him. I'm looking at him, but I ain't looking at him. I'm looking at him, but I ain't looking at him. Now we get to this hand we talking about. Joe goes and he's playing his cards. Everything's going great. Joe ain't paying attention to the table.
By this time, you go ahead and say your part. Are you going to finish your story?
Joe, I'm gonna let you talk, Joe. Come on, Joe, let me talk, baby. So Joe ain't paying no attention to the table, right? I'm sitting out there with a queen. Diamonds. They done played. They done diamond here. I done came on top. They done hit here. The book is ours. Joe ain't paying no attention. By the time I look at Joe, I see Joe done finally look back at the table. Joe don't know who played what. Joe cuts me. We lose the game, okay? I got upset, and I said, Joe, come on, man, you can't do that. And Joe runs out of he just leaves. Joe just leaves, okay? Joe leaves. When Joe leaves, we can't catch up with Joe. I'm trying to catch up with Joe. Now, look here. Now, look here.
Do you not say it exactly?
Hey,
what
hold on. Let me tell you how I saw it, okay?
How you saw it. Okay.
Now, you cannot start looking away, talking to people, especially when the game is on the line, and cut out your partner. So, Joe, we watching you make these mistakes. You are making these mistakes. You already didn't take us back to Spades when we could have just ran and we could have set them. Now, this one, you'd have cut me out when I'm about to win this book, bro. Just throw off. Let me win this book. You'd have cut me off. So, I thought this was hilarious. You can definitely see the crash out coming. It's about to be a crash out. It's going to happen when Joe explains how he responds to this. Let me catch up in the chat, and then we're going to hear Joe's version of it. I think I left off here. They don't want to say it. And their excuse will be it's just his second year, give him more chances. Lenoris, you are right about that. Celebrating our history, celebrating our culture. Yes, we are. They have Drake as a top 5 QB, so I guess that's why they protect him. That could be it. Protecting Drake may because he was crowned already and they don't want their status quo being wrong. I agree with you, Ivy League Mac. If they blame May, it would be taking the talk away from the bad talk about Shedeur, and they can't have that. That's what I think, Craig. Even when Cam Robinson was doing something similar, they were blaming Shedeur. I think they're just biased to who they chose to be biased to. Talk to him. Sia Anderson, as the story was going on, she already knew where the Spades story was going. I'm keeping all stats for all QBs next year, and at the end, whoever has the best stats for the 17 games is the best that year. Talk to him, Wet 11s. That's the easiest way to do it. Not blind 8. That's stupid bidding. I agree with that. Drake is good, but I don't think he's a top 5 QB. They are dragging it. I agree with that. Detroit Gemini, what's going on? How you feeling today? Selmo Fudd sees it. Selmo Fudd see the come up. He like, oh, Joe about to mess this up. Only black commentators are calling out May, like Cam and TJ Ward. That's a fact. Nobody else want to say it. You come back with a spade. You definitely come back with a spade. Darius say he has no clue how to play spades. Oh, no. Yeah, you supposed to take the rest of their spades. I agree with that. Poor Joe. You can see the crash out coming. No, Joe, you have to be locked in. You got to. Joe ain't nobody's partner. They're going to say, nope, can't play with me. That's a fact. Wet 11s, I would never play with Joe. Now, let's hear Joe's side of the story, y'all. Let's hear his side.
I'm trying to catch up with Joe. Joe walking fast. Joe all the way across the street, right? I'm at the door of the place that we are actually at, right? Joe look up. He see the sprinter he got for us, right? He looks over at me like this, right? He across. Hey, the sprinter over here. Come on, we leaving. Let's go. He's so mad. He done left his homeboy inside.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
I say, Joe, what about your boy? He a grown man. He'll figure out how to get home.
That's what happened. Okay, yeah. Okay.
How you mess up illegal people?
I'm gonna let you tell how you see that.
Debo, you gave about 95% of the story correct. 95%. That's what I'm gonna give you.
Joe?
This is where you would give it wrong. Okay. I do love the fact that you're good at
Harris from Sports, what's going on? How you feeling? Now, The way we play spades is you can only go blind if you down. You got to be down by a lot to go blind, not just going blind for the sake of going blind. Our Jizzle said we don't play bonds, and he should have checked Joe's cup. Definitely should have checked this cup. Now let's hear him defend himself.
At spades, you are actually really, really good. So I pride myself in being good at spades. So on the hand that I should have threw it back to you, when you threw out that club, and when you threw out that spade, and I should have ran it back to you, and I threw out the club, and I knew that we lost right there. I was so upset with myself, and I knew you were pissed. You were so mad, and I was mad, because you had every right to be mad at me, right? So at this point right here, I'm apologizing. I'm like, Debo, I know it's me, fuck. And I'm mad because I'm like this. You're really good. You've been playing so well. We came back. We hit him with an 8 blind. Like, so now you know I can play. So now you got a little bit of right to be mad at me too. So now I'm feeling terrible. All right? I'm feeling terrible because now I know we lost. Even on the next hand, when I wasn't paying attention and they was talking to me, by this point, I was like this. We lost. So then I was talking, I was blown, and now you were still getting a little bit madder, but I'm like this, I know he's pissed, but we're not gonna be able to win. And I threw out the card, and now you were furious, and we lost. So when you
I was not furious. Y'all just said Joe.
You furious. Listen, Debo.
I said Joe.
No. Be quiet. You said you said your part, and now it's my turn.
Okay.
Once I threw out that card and we lost, you said, boom, and hit the table strong as shit with both arms, and the drink fell off the table and landed on Buddy. Yes, you did not say that part. So I left.
I don't remember that part.
Over. Oh, Debo out here mad, hit the jump, so then I left. So when I start walking out, and now you like this Joe storming off, I'm like, yes, because now we look crazy, and you spiked the damn table and spilled the water, and we lost, and I'm embarrassed, and I feel like this. You're supposed to be mad at me. You have a right to be mad at me, okay? So then I'm walking off, storming off. I go outside, and I look back, and I see my dog. I'm not trying to leave you, but I'm like, I knew you was ready to go. I'm like, all right, Debo, the sprinter's over here.
I wasn't ready to go, Joe. I wanted to stay.
Now it's 12. Now it's late. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to go. So that's how it went down.
How you blow the game and you storm off? Come on, Joe. Hey, we can't go for that, man. We can't go for that.
Have you ever had a dream that you
We can't go for that, Joe. You can't blow the game and then be mad. And he definitely left out Debo's smashing the table. He definitely left out Debo smashing the table because he definitely smashed the table. He definitely, he smashed that table because when he said he smashed the table, he didn't say I didn't smash the table. He said I don't remember. Nah, I don't remember might as well equal I did that. Don't hit me with the I don't remember. So I thought this would be a funny story for us to go over because I always see C.A. Anderson and Shanithia talk about spades. And if you play spades, it's always going to be a situation like this. Whether you're on the team or you're off the team, and whether you're the winning team or the losing team, you always see spades partners crash out. Always. Never fails. Somebody going to do something, and usually they not paying attention. They not paying attention. So Joe was trying to put some spin on there. You lost us a game. Don't be mad. I get to be mad because you lost us a game. I'm on point. So that's on Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. You got to do better, my friend. Do better. I thought y'all would like that. So let's keep it moving. Who we got up next on the docket? Here we go. So do y'all remember we were talking about, it might have been during the Super Bowl. We were talking about just watching videos or another time. We were talking about somebody was saying they watched this type of TV show to go to sleep. It was during the Super Bowl. Somebody said they watched this. This is George Pickens the wide receiver for Dallas Cowboys, on what he watches to calm himself. I only watch. I know how to play, but my family. I only watch. I know how to play, but my family ain't talking to you for months behind a game of spades. For real, they definitely. I remember where I was at the first time I learned how to play spades. I remember where I was. I remember how it was. So, I never forget it. I never forget it. Where we was at was at my auntie's house. We was playing in the dining room back when dining rooms were a separate room, and you had a nice table, and you had the cabinets with all the dishes that you never get to use, the china. That's where I was at when I learned how to play spades, and it was like they cooked a lot of food and all this stuff. So I still remember. I would have reneged if he messed up that bad. Yeah, I would have been. If I was Debo, I would have did what Joe did. I wouldn't have let him just keep riding like that. I would have not let him do that. You can't just do this to me and then just run off. Like, come on, man. Maya says, this is why I just watch other play. I would mess up too. That pressure of spades get to you. It gets to you. It gets to you.
I got money.
Shout out to Wet 11s. I appreciate you. D, this is for your daughter. Tell her to get a treat. Will do. I will do that. Shout out to you, Wet 11s. Shout out to you. But the voicemail I played, that was C. Anderson's granddaughter. My daughter is an adult, funnily enough. Yeah, my daughter's grown. But I got you. Wet 11s. I appreciate you. And I'll definitely let her know. So thank you. I appreciate you. Joe ran. He did. We grew up playing dominoes and spades. Funny enough, we always play spades. I didn't learn how to play dominoes until about 3 years ago. I just taught myself how to play dominoes because I just wanted to know. But we always play spades. Always. Man, we always play spades. So, let's get to the videos for Hearts is my card game. See, I play Hearts on the computer. I never play Hearts in person with people. They sound like me and my friends. I'm telling you, everybody goes through that. Like, if you play spades, you've been in that exact same position. The funny part is, you've been part of that game as Joe, and you've been part of that game as Debo. You have been part of both. You have been part of both. Both in that situation. Both. D, how old is your daughter? You look so young. You'll be surprised. My daughter, she's going to be 21 this year. Yeah, you got to have some tough skin for spades because getting exposed or beat is brutal. It is. That's why Joe ran. That's why he ran. We've all been in both of those situations where we done blew a game and we've been the person on the other side where our teammate done blew a game. So I know exactly how both of them feel. I know how both of them feel. That's why he dipped out. Man, I'm starting to feel a little congestion. Dirty Hearts is the game. Yeah, I just remember Hearts like when you playing it on the computer. I never played that in person. The same age as my son. Yeah, it's funny. In my family, me and my nephew got the same birthday. My dad and my daughter got the same birthday. So, and this is the big year. She's gonna be 21 this year. 21. Shake it off. Feel a little congested. Let's get to this next video. This is what George Pickens does to relax and level himself off. Let's play it.
Be watching food videos, bro.
Food?
I swear to God, like, I don't know if you be seeing, I know y'all be seeing on Instagram Reels when they be preparing it and then the seasonings. And then I be watching them shits before the game, and that shit really keep me at a level base. I swear to God.
Hold on, bro.
I swear to God.
Hold on. So are you a chef?
I can cook too. I can definitely cook too.
Okay. What you cook?
Anything you want. Say something.
Now, GP, you got.
Now I got a question. When somebody asks you what you cook and a person says what you want, I'm not the biggest fan of that answer, y'all. If you tell me that you can cook, tell me what your best dish is. Or tell me your top 3. Don't say what you want. Nah, because I feel like you're going to lie to me.
Well,
I feel like you're going to lie to me.
Well.
Tessa, what's going on? How you feeling? Do you look good? You must have had her when you were 10. No, I was oh, I ain't gonna do math on the top of my head. Oh man, that's crazy. I was 21 going on 22. Jerry better pay him to stay. Gotta pay him. Got to. Yeah, is my math right? Yeah, 21 going on 22. 21 going on 22. I don't trust when people just say whatever you want. Tell me what your specialty is. Let's hear what they say.
Got facts to back your statements?
Facts. I ain't got no pictures right now.
Nah, you ain't no real chef.
We've been on
Anybody
tour.
a chef? Anybody cook for real?
Oh.
So you should know. I cook. You know what I mean? I got
Oh,
all
let
my
me
videos.
see.
I got all my videos.
Is it?
GP, while I'm pulling this video, what was that meme when you first got drafted, bro? Like, that don't look like no food. That don't look like no food mindset, bro. that don't look like no food.
Hey, I was tripping that day, bro.
Shout out.
It was a long day. I also wasn't expecting to get.
Shout out to your twins, Craig. Shout out to your twins. It's something when they hit that 21, man. It is something when they hit that 21. It is something else. So in the short of this, Micah is going to show some of the food he cooks. Let me see if he shows the food on the screen. There it is.
You talking about this with the smoke?
The smoker, y'all. I'm on the smoker now. I upgraded. Yeah, the smoker, that's when you really know your game went to another level. And then when you really...
Hold on, this gonna tell me. What type of smoker you got? Trade?
Yeah, I got the trade.
Okay.
Now, and I got the pellets, the real good pellets.
Oh yeah.
Now, and then when you really luck into some money like how I did, I got the bull oven. I just got the bull. Yeah. I be making pizzas now.
That's one thing I want to get. We always go off on our side conversations, but one thing I want to get is a pizza oven. If I could, I would get a pizza oven. That's one of them things. I know it's like my baby is not a baby anymore. He real grown now, for real. And you know what's funny? Like, in the moment, time doesn't seem like it's going as fast. But then it's almost like somebody speeds time up where in your mind you can think about when your kid was 2, when your kid was 3. Before you know it, 18, 19, 20, and you like, where did the time go? It just, somebody pushed fast forward on the time, it seems like. Whereas Micah's oven, he probably, the one he's talking about, he might have it outside. He might, unless he changed his house up to have the smoke from that type of oven go out, he probably has it outside. He don't show a picture of the bull oven, though. He don't show a picture of that. But I thought that was funny. I really like Mikey. He has a big personality. He will be a commentator once he stops playing football. It's his second calling. He is good. When you can really smoke, get that wood burner. That's when it changes because you got to hold that temperature. You have to hold that temperature, and you got to be good at it. And smoking take a long time. Oh, his scooter. He only had a scooter because they had him walking around. So you got to be good at it. My dad is real good at smoking meats. All right, let's keep it pushing. I thought that was funny. This is Coach Brennan Marion. I've been telling y'all I'm excited for CU. I'm excited for what they're going to be able to do this year. It's 2 parts of this I want to share. Shout out to Duke the Scoop with this interview of Brennan Marion. Go check out the full interview. But if y'all notice, the reason that I have belief in Todd Monken is because of his experience, and he can explain it, and he's a straight shooter, and that's something else. That's something else I like about Brendan Marion. Should have asked what's their specialty. It's just I agree. That should be the follow-up. What you specialize in? What's your top 3 dishes? Like, don't just tell me you cook what you cook, because then I'm gonna say something. I can cook that, and then it's gonna be shaky. So this is Brendan Marion, but I want y'all to hear him tell about his college experience, and then we're gonna get to when he's talking about coaching prime. D, I'm so excited for CU Buffs. I'm very excited for them, y'all. I'm very excited. Prentice Premier. Prentice Premier. Key Mathis. We might have to figure out something. I might be going to that first game, that Georgia Tech game. It's probably the closest game I can get to see CU this year. So I don't know if they set the date yet, but I might be in the ATL checking them out for that game. So let's get to it. This is the first portion where he's going to talk about what he went through in college.
You can look this up. This was on I was on ESPN First Take, NBC. Different people have done stories on my life or whatever, but I was homeless during this time as well. Like I was living in the locker room, living in the press box, living, we rode the bus all night. We did all types of ways to like stay out there, right? Like we slept in a hallway. I remember sleeping in hallways in the junior college, like little cuppy hole, like, California junior college is like wide open. Like some classrooms are outside, some are inside. So like living in little hallways, hiding your stuff in a locker, like wearing the same clothes. I was doing all that. Plus, I was an All-American on the field. Right. And so that was really where I got my first experience of coaching though, because we lost our coach in spring ball. Like our coach left after spring, like no call, no show, just took off. Like he hit it.
Oh man, deuces.
And I'm thinking like, man, I just transferred to this junior college and we don't got no coach. And so, kids were late. Like junior college is like a revolving door. It's like the transfer portal with like 4 windows to transfer. Like it's wild. JUCO is just, like you don't even have to have a high school diploma. Like you could just be in and out.
Right.
And so I'm recruiting kids at other schools where I'm like, bro, I saw that you barely played last year. You could come here. Boom. And I'm recruiting kids from all the local junior colleges, and I end up getting us like 40 more players. And so a new coach comes in the summer, and I'm like, look, this is how we going to run it. I've been running practices already. Like, this is what we need to do. He came in, he was going to run like some wing tee. I was like, no, we need a West Coast offense. Like, we need 3 receivers on the field. I got this dude. He's a Division I receiver. I got this, I'm coaching the coach up on the team.
Right.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna listen to you. And boom, we had a turnaround season that year because that junior college I don't think they won a game the year before. I think they won 1 game or no games. That's and we had a turnaround season, and then boom, I get the scholarship to Tulsa with Coach Malzahn and Mike Norvell, Todd Graham, and kind of the rest is history when I go with those guys. I'm
going to pause them right there. So I want people to hear that about Coach Brendan because he was in junior college. He moved around a lot growing up as a kid. He overcame, and just think about that. You were all pro in college, in junior college, and you're homeless at the same time. So you got to maintain your grades, maintain just the football life, and you don't know where you're going to sleep at night. Like, just what he been through is the reason why I think he can relate to people so well. He can relate to people so well. I'm telling y'all, when I was listening to this, I was like, this is a guy that's going to be able to talk to any person at any level in recruiting or during the season when they have trials and tribulations. So very excited for him. Let's see. Detroit Gemini had a question. D, what are the next NFL timelines as it relates to free agency and the draft? When will we know who leaves, who stays? All right, I got you right here. I pulled that up. All right, so NFL Scouting Combine is the 23rd, February 23rd through March 2nd. Teams can negotiate with pending unrestricted free agents March 9th through the 11th. March 11th, the 2026 league year and free agency begin at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. April 15th, the deadline for clubs to host draft eligible players for visits. April 20th, voluntary off-season workout programs. And the draft is April 23rd through the 25th. So, we rocking and rolling. We're not really getting that much of a break. we not getting that much of a break. So, we rocking and rolling. We are rocking and rolling. Asante, what's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Njoku is leaving. I'm sad. It's an up and down thing with Njoku leaving. I think just as a player, he could go somewhere else and do a little bit more with where he is at in his career. He can be very special on, on like the Chargers, the 49ers, the Chiefs. So he can do some things in teams who are in contention. So I understand it. But he's been great his entire time here. He's been great. Yeah, Key Mathis, I'm going to keep looking at the tickets, and I'm going to try to put a plan together because I'm so excited. I'm like, I got to see this team in person. I have to. I want him to go to a team who can make a run for a Super Bowl. I think that's what he's going to do. Maya saw this. She said, I really enjoyed this interview with Coach Marion. I did. I watched the whole thing and then played some key points back. Coach Brennan overcame a lot of adversity. God bless him. He did. D, your body's doing well today. You must have paid him. He said, look, man, run me my money so I can let everybody live. So he is doing well, the bot. Princess Premier, September 3rd. Oh, we got the date. Nice. Okay. That is good. So that means it's going to be the week before the NFL season kicks off, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, because college football starts a week before the NFL. Okay. I'm trying to get to the Northwestern game. I'll make that trip back to Chicago to see CU. Okay, thanks. So we know who is going to be there by May 1st. Shedeur has a big year. They must give him some good help. Totally agree with that. September 3rd. A Thursday. So it's probably going to be a Thursday night. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could pass up an opportunity to see you up close and in person. So I'll keep y'all posted. I think I really want to get out there and see them live and in person. All right, it's another portion that I want to get to in this interview that I want y'all to hear. D, did you see the panel with Coach Prime and Steve Young? And Steve said what Shedeur needs. I did not see that. Who do you know what it was on? Did you watch it on YouTube or where did you watch it at? All right, this is another point I want y'all to see.
Call from Coach Prime, and how did that conversation go?
Yeah, to me, I mean, like, I tell people all the time, like, I talked to Coach Prime this summer. We had talked through my man, Carl Reed, right? Carl Reed's my agent, Clutch Sports, and so, like, for me talking to Coach Prime, obviously, as a kid, like, it's Prime, dog. Like, it's like he's the greatest, like, everybody wanted a 21 jersey. Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't even a thing, right? Like, that's the guy. I remember my mom like, why you like the Cowboys? I'm like, because they got Deion Sanders. She like, you can't like the Cowboys in my house. Like, you got to like the Steelers, like.
Right.
But, getting a call from him, I just felt like our spirits were led, like, he's a vertical alignment guy, right? Where he's a Christ-centered guy. And for me, like, I still need development. Like, coaches, right? Coach is about to be 58, 57, 58. I'm 30. Like, I'm still in my development phase. And I always felt like until I'm 40, like, I'm not going to be in that perfect spot. Right. I'm in a development, keep stacking, keep being around these great people, learn the lessons. I take notes off everybody. If the janitor got something good that I could learn, I'll take it. Right. Like, right. So to me, like, getting a chance to work with Coach Prime, what I love about Coach Prime more than anything else is the dad that this dude is, like the humility that he shows. Like, how can you? I don't know how you can hate on a man that will go all the way from Little League with his kids, and I don't know what community that most people are from that hate on Coach Prime, but in our community, to even have a dad who's present, and then we'll bring you up all the way from Little League, high school, take you to an HBCU so you can know what's going on, then take you to the highest level, then get you to the National Football League, and take you all the way up through them stages. I mean, to me, that is worth more than gold and more than what he accomplished as a player, just the humility of that, because he don't got to do that, right? Like, I'm sure he could have just.
No, he ain't got to do it. It's prime.
He don't got to be. I mean, he don't got to be here. He's proud. Like, he don't. No, that's the greatest to ever, like, lace up the cleats. Like,
I mean, bro, like literally, like, man got the #1 shoe, like literally. No, you're right. You're right.
Look, I'm free promoting right now. I got him on.
Right, and it ain't because we know him. It's because that's the shoe. No, straight up.
Just listening to him, I can always appreciate people who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to develop, who've been through something. They have a certain level of relatability to them. They don't think they know everything and they could always learn, because that's how I view life. I go through life like I can always learn something, and I don't limit who I can learn from, because like he said, if the janitor is telling you something good, you will listen to it. So especially something you can use in life. So when I just hear these things, this is what leads me to have more belief in people. So sometimes people want to look at a coach's win-loss record. I want to look at what this coach has been through, and can they relate to everybody on the team? Can they relate to everybody on the team? And what I like about Todd Monken, what I like about Coach Brennan, they're going to be able to speak to every single player on the team because they went through everything. They went through everything. He moved around a lot. He had roommates in different areas. He was in the JUCO before he went to Tulane, before he went to the NFL. He faced injuries in the NFL. Every type of adversity that the college student could go through, he has went through. So he can help guide them through it with experience. So this right here, I just like this interview so much. So if you haven't seen it, definitely tap in. Definitely watch this entire interview. Definitely watch this whole thing. This is part of the reason Coach Prime being back to himself. Coach Prime looking like himself, talking like himself, moving around a lot, beating cancer. All those things is why I'm excited for CU this year. I'm excited for him. So definitely check out that full interview. This is a really good one. Really good one. It's the week leading into Labor Day weekend. Oh, so it's gonna be extended break. Okay. I see that it's like a Thursday. It's a Thursday game. The time is TBA. So me doing a stream on Friday is what I would have to look at. Okay. All right. Key Mathis, you on Patreon, so we'll definitely be in touch. Prentice Premier, I'm linked up with you on X, so I'll let y'all know. Vivid tickets, cheapest, 178 game time in the 190s, both upper deck section, not many seats left. I'm looking at game time right now. So I gotta let me tell y'all something else about me. So when I was younger, I would do things like uncomfortable just for the experience. As I get older, man, I need a seat. I need to be able to be looking straight, not twisted. I went to a concert at a small place. I was standing up for 3 hours. Man, I was sore. So now, man, I'm all about comfort. And if comfort costs more, I'll pay more for comfort. So even if the seats cost more, I'll pay more to be comfortable and enjoy it and just take in the entire experience. So that's how I do live events. If I go to concerts, I look at things that way. If I go to sporting events, I look at things that way. So I'm looking now at Game Time. Funny enough, Game Time is one of the people I want to be able to get some sponsorships with. Okay, perfect. Game Time is one of the ones I want to be able to get some sponsorships with. And I'm looking at some good prices at field level. So, and Game Time includes the fees, so I don't mind it. I think you get some good seats. So I'm gonna work on the plan. I'm really excited about seeing him in person. Glad Duke left the other platform he was on. He was rolling with Neely and branched off. Y'all know more about the CU situations than I do. So I'm kind of coming in fresh to everybody with CU. I'm coming in fresh on everybody with CU. So I'm just, as I find people, I'm just like, dang, I like this. So y'all know I said I like Neely's direct style. I like this interview. So that's how I view the stuff with CU. All right, you got it to me on TikTok. All right, bet. I'll go look for it while we making our way through. Not only experience, but some people have good interpersonal skills. Stefanski does not have interpersonal skills, so he'll have to learn and practice interpersonal and communication skills. I agree with that. That is very, very, very valid, TK. That's part of the reasons why I believe the Browns will do better than the Atlanta Falcons, because with the Atlanta Falcons, I don't think Stefanski is going to be able to he's going to be able to break down things and give people their designated roles like he needs to. And he wasn't able to do that in Cleveland. And not taking time off to reflect or anything like that, I don't see him being able to do that. So that's kind of how I view that. Latika's still here. Just walking around here busy. Hey, they making you earn it. They making you earn it today. Latika, you got your stuff coming from the Off the Record NFL Challenge. It's coming in 2 separate deliveries. One delivery, look for it for tomorrow, and then I'll keep you updated on the other one. So good for checking back in. I'm going to the CU in October for a game. That's my birthday month. Nice. Let me get this copy here. Yeah, I gotta get to see CU. I gotta get to see him this year. I'm not gonna really worry too much about like the cost, because it's definitely something that I want to be able to do and experience.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Mag Dog.
All right, you said start at 227. All right, I got you right here. Shout out to Detroit Gemini. Let's get this pulled up. All right, we got it right here. Shout out to Mad Dog TV. This is his video. Shout out to Mad Dog TV.
What do you believe the new head coach, Tom Markin, will he be able, one, to help him?
You know I can't answer these guys.
No, you can answer. He's writing up.
These questions don't go viral. You know that I can't answer this kind of stuff. I'm going to stay away from that and coach my team.
Listen to that. Chill.
I got it.
You know what? I'll say this for Shedeur. Let me speak for him.
There you go, Steve.
You look around the league today, and you look at why did Liam Cohen go into the Jacksonville Jaguars, and all of a sudden Trevor Lawrence gets a revelation. Like I can play great. Sam Darnold can go from San Francisco to Minnesota to Seattle. There are pockets of innovative offensive minds, and I pray to heaven right now that Shedeur finds someone who can unlock just like these other players and just tell me who is. I don't know if the offensive corners have found yet, but he has not felt that yet. He has not seen that yet. And there are a lot of players that are toiling in challenging situations that don't have the help that's necessary to be great. I'm going to keep an eye on this one.
I want you to.
I'm going to keep a close eye on it because
keep in touch with him too.
He's in my sights, but it's really going to who's going to run that offense and make sure that somebody that has an innovative mind.
You get the job because you're an offensive coach.
But I'm talking about, look at the track, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan just track their tree and just find the innovation that's throughout the league. And when you have that someone, you're gonna have it. Liam Cohen goes to, again, from the tree, goes to Jacksonville, and all of a sudden Trevor Lawrence says, he's great. I thought he was done.
Yeah.
Same thing with Sam Darnold, same thing with Mac Jones. He's finished. Comes to San Francisco, plays 8 games, goes 5-3, looks like a killer.
The kid that played for Indy, Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened?
Right.
Daniel Jones is resurrected. What did he do? Did he go to see a...
Right.
But that's what Shedeur, like everyone else that we just mentioned, including Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, needs that kind of support.
Steve Young couldn't have.
Shout out to Detroit Gemini. Shout out to Detroit Gemini for sending this. That is great. That is great. That is exactly what Shedeur needs. This is exactly what he needs. So if you notice, when people say just listen to any NFL player, you see how TJ Husmanzada, he should never ask Coach Prime that. Then when he asked Coach Prime that, Steve said, I'll take it. But notice what Steve highlighted. This is the same thing I was highlighting with Sam Darnold. People are saying these guys are bust and writing them off, and then they go get with a creative offensive mind, and then they have success. So that tells me a person who is not creative enough can hold back a player who has the skill and the talent. And they gave examples of it. Trevor Lawrence is one of the quarterbacks I didn't believe in. Liam Cohen figured out how to work with Trevor Lawrence and how to get the most out of him. That is what Steve Young is saying Shedeur needs, because Shedeur has never had that in the NFL. And I think that's clear and obvious. And the same people who say, oh, go get the reclamation project, how do you get the reclamation project if you don't have the right system in place to set them up? Sam Darnold didn't have success for Carolina. He didn't have success with the Jets. He did not start to see success until he got to Minnesota, and now his success with the Seattle Seahawks and winning the Super Bowl. So it's very important, the circumstances. So when people want to write people off, that's why I've been highlighting it to y'all. We can't listen to the evaluators who just write people off. We can't listen to they don't know what they're talking about. It's more about the system. You're right, Jeffrey. Look at Mac Jones. Look at Daniel Jones this year. The system that you're playing in has to be designed to set you up for success. And we're going to see if that's what Shedeur gets. But they're pointing it out. Now, what people would do is they would say, I'm not an NFL player, so they would discredit if I say it. But when Steve Young says it's Super Bowl champion, they got to listen. They have to listen. They don't have a choice but to listen. So shout out to Detroit Gemini. This was a great clip to send. Do we think Shedeur will have that? I think Todd Monken definitely is that. Ivy League Mac, I'm back. Work is working me today. I'm in listen mode today. All good. We gonna keep you entertained. They don't know football. That's why they say get the reclamation project without a coach or a system that can't reclamate. Ivy League Mac, talk to him. It don't matter who you give Kevin Stefanski. They all gonna look the same way. They're all gonna look the same way. His system is not good. Do we think Monken can build it for Shedeur? I am glad Steve said he will stay in touch with Shedeur. I'm saying yes. This is eliminate the gray. I'm not dancing in the middle. You asked me a yes or no question. The answer is yes. I believe Todd Monken can build that around Shedeur. He's done it in different places with varying levels of talent at quarterback. So I say yes, Todd Monken can do that. That's why I went on record February 6th, before the draft, before free agency, before anything else, and I said the Browns would win more games than the Atlanta Falcons. That was based on Todd Monken. That was my belief in Todd Monken. Our offensive line wasn't good last year. It hasn't even happened yet. So I'm letting you know my belief is that strong in what Todd Monken is going to be able to get out of these players. So very quick answer to your question, yes. I believe Todd Monken could do that. I believe he can. System is key. That's why Malik Willis looks good with the Packers, because he didn't look like that when he was in Tennessee. Come on, Black Pearl. Talk to him. Talk to him. Well, they were drafted in the first round is different. That's been the comeback since Emmett said what he said last week. It's such a weak comeback. Such a weak comeback. Todd Monken did a great job with Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson has become a good pocket passer. He also got a lot out of Stetson Bennett in Georgia. He got a lot out of Stetson Bennett. Everybody want to go to Lamar, but look at what he did with other guys. Detroit Gemini, awesome. I agree. I'm there with you. Y'all, I'm not dancing around how I feel about Todd Monken. I'm not dancing around how I feel about it. Monken can do that too. The guy can coach. His track record says so. Where we go? What we got next on the docket? Let's see. We're going here. We got that. I want y'all to see this. This is from, let me do this. Let me switch to this angle because this is off of IG. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to listen. And this is why it's a shame that they are not saying Drake May didn't play well. I want y'all to listen to this, y'all. Listen to Seattle speaking after they won the Super Bowl. Why did they do so well?
It should go down to one of the best defensive performances in history. Did you know that they were going to use you as versatile as you were today?
Well, of course I did. You know, they asked a lot of questions pre this game, before this game, and I told them I can't lay the game plan out to the media, you know, but I kind of knew what was going on. We had a good tell on what they like to do and how they like to play and how they was going to attack us. So you talking about a coach who put us in the best position to win? That's our coach right there, and that's why we stand beside him, and that's why we always going to have his back.
But you taking.
Just listen to the way that they talk about their coach. But also, I hope y'all caught it. He said there was a tell. I watched another clip where they were showing the safety getting the interception off of Drake May. And he said, this the issue. Drake May is not just believing in the read and throwing the ball. He's waiting a second to make sure it's open and then throw it. That's giving them time to respond. That's how they got the interception. They knew they would get it because he had a tell. They also talked about how the tackles and guards had tells that they were able to read and they knew what they were going to do. That's what good coaching is, y'all. It's not just about the players on defense. Good coaching is y'all understanding and taking away what the other team is going to do. And that's what they were able to do. So when you hear stuff like this, how can you say that Drake May play well? Or how can you defend it? Drake May's tell and him being hesitant to release the ball when it was open is part of the reason why it looked so bad. They don't tell you how many first-round picks are a bust. They don't want to have that conversation. That's one of the reasons Todd Monken is in, because he is really good at developing quarterbacks. I agree with that. Just watch Todd Monken work. I agree with that. So they gotta stop defending Drake May. What I've liked most about Shedeur being in the Pro Bowl is there are players and legends alike who want to see him be great. I want to see if him and Dak will work out together in the offseason. They might. They might. He's definitely said he's going to work out with Puka Nacua and Nico. Do y'all remember I was encouraged? I think it was A.M. Williams asked me about the defense, and she was like, do you think the defense could be good as the Seattle defense? And I said, oh, yeah, they could, because you got to play from the lead. When you got the lead, this is what you can do. Drake May didn't play well on top of his offensive line being terrible. The Seahawks was top of everything that the Patriots tried to do. I agree with that, but also he ran into sacks. He had lanes where he could have ran. He didn't have a good postseason. And people just skirted past it because they were winning. Drake May did not have a good postseason. Cam Newton highlighted that. I followed it up. I showed y'all his stats. Wasn't a good postseason. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to Cleveland. We turned in the corner, y'all. Let's get to Cleveland. Now, y'all heard me show excitement. Listen to this.
Well, that built around their quarterback, that put a ton of pieces around him, go and succeed. And I just watched the Eagles with Jalen Hurts, who I don't think is an elite quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback. I watched them win a Super Bowl. I've been being told over and over and over again for year after year by NFL teams, good quarterbacks are not enough. If you don't have Patrick Mahomes or Patrick Mahomes Light or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, one of those type of guys, you can't go and do it. And now I'm watching multiple teams go and do it by, that quarterback who's pretty good for us, maybe I don't hand him $55 million out of the gate. Maybe I pay him a little bit and I surround him with really good pieces, build an offense around that, and it works, and you win a Super Bowl.
There's no question about it. If you're a Browns fan, and once again, I always say, premise this, like, first of all, don't think about.
It's not he couldn't read defenses. It was he didn't believe in what they were calling. So even when guys were open, he didn't have faith in what they were telling him to do. So that's why he was hesitant. That's why he was hesitant. He didn't believe in what they called. They're going to talk about, I don't have the clip because it has too much game film in it from the Super Bowl, but the Seahawks defense was talking about how Matthew Stafford was just throwing the ball. They're like, he just throwing it because he has the belief that his guys are going to do what they're supposed to do. Drake May didn't have the belief in what they were calling. So it wasn't that much of a read defense thing when they got the interceptions. D. Emmett was just at Super Bowl weekend going off. Why do they hate on Hurts so much? I don't think that's Hurts hate. I think Hurts is good, but I don't think that's Hurts hate. I watch Jalen Hurts. I think his quarterbacks who are better than Jalen Hurts. I think a thing that hurt Jalen Hurts this year, his system was trash. His system was very trash that he played in this year, offensively. So I think it's easy to say you think he's good, not this or that. But his system was too garbage. That's why they OC got fired. Josh Allen's totally overrated. I think Burrow has real talent. Yeah, I wouldn't put them in the same category. I think Josh Allen is Josh Allen relies on athleticism, and Joe Burrow reads the defense. I think they're two different style of players. I think that's the difference in those two. I keep telling y'all, these athletic guys who go athleticism first,
Emmett, the elite.
These guys that go athleticism first, they are more open to making mistakes because they can't read defenses. Let me just clean this up over here. They can't read defenses. Let me get this cleaned up on my end, and then we'll get back to it. I think Shedeur is going to have a great year next year as well.
What's happened since 1999. Think about where they're at right now. And I know they didn't have a great year, but when you look at that Super Bowl, for me, it gets exciting because special teams are going to be better. We'll talk about that later, but they're just going to be better because they can't get worse. And they're going to be, so that's going to be a wash. Defensively, I think they're going to still be pretty good because they got pieces and you win with players. Offensively, Monken's pretty good at what he does, and obviously they got to get some pieces. But the thing that's exciting is that this idea of, like you're saying, there's only very, very few in the history of football that you win because of. Sam Darnold's a perfect case. He's a guy you win with. So think about it as like a piece of pie. He's not any bigger than any other piece of pie. He's an important piece, but when you have good receivers, when you have a good offensive line, when your defense plays well, when you punt the ball well, when you're situationally sound in everything you do, you see what can happen. So when I look at that Super Bowl game, I'm thinking Browns have pretty good personnel on defense. They can play pretty good special teams because they punt the ball well and they kick it well. It was everything else about their special teams. Todd Monken comes in. Can they get a little bit better schematically with a kind of a skeleton crew? But it should be better, right? They can't be any worse personnel-wise than they were this year. And they still could have won 7, 8, 9 games. And so you start to look at that stuff and you go, for me, I don't look at the past. I don't look at these are Browns are going to Browns. I don't think like that. I think the Browns, if you watch that Super Bowl and you're a Browns fan, you should be excited because even if it is Shedeur Sanders or somebody else, they don't have to be Mahomes. You got to surround them with good people, and you got a chance to be successful. And the thing I love about it, my dad, God rest his soul, defense still wins championships. And if you're good up front on the defensive line, you got a chance to win football games. And that's where the Browns are going to be good, regardless of scheme. They got to.
So y'all hear the excitement when they're speaking about the Browns. I got the clip with 11s. I'm getting a cough out of somewhere. Just random cough. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it's maybe dust or something. But you see, they're excited when you look at it. The Browns are not that far away. People who are already trying to write the Browns off for next year, they don't want the Browns to be good. They don't want the Browns to be good, and they're trying to use that as an excuse to write them off. So I wanted to highlight y'all, people who are looking at it from a football standpoint are seeing it totally different than the people who are looking at it from, oh, you got to have this talent or you got to have that talent. So I appreciate how they're going to football. They're going to the football. Let me get to that clip. I'm trying to figure out why I just started coughing all of a sudden, y'all. Where did the cough come from? Let me play this clip for y'all. I'll be right back.
Elite quarterbacks are at home.
Name the elite quarterbacks you talking about that are at home.
Patrick Mahomes is at home.
Nah, that's elite.
Lamar Jackson's at home. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Oh, it's only one elite quarterback then. There's only one elite quarterback that you just mentioned out of the 4 quarterbacks that you just talked about. Patrick Mahomes.
The other guys aren't elite?
Hell no.
Okay.
They're not elite. What makes the other 3 elite versus him?
I think an elite player props open a championship window wherever he goes.
That's what you believe to be
That's
an
what
elite
I believe to be elite. You do not believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, explain why Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow not elite in your book.
First and foremost, Josh Allen had a chance to get his Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You saw how he played. Elite quarterbacks rise up in extreme circumstances and leads his squad. He puts them on his back and he carries them to where they need to go. Elite quarterbacks show up when others are not showing up. And so when I look at Patrick Mahomes, I see an elite quarterback that learned how to overcome extreme circumstances. These others are learning how to become an elite quarterback.
Emmett, the elite quarterbacks are at home.
Name the elite quarterbacks you talking about that are at home.
Patrick Mahomes is at home.
Nah, that's elite.
Lamar Jackson's at home. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Oh, it's only one elite quarterback then. There's only one elite quarterback that you just mentioned out of the 4 quarterbacks that you just talked about. Patrick Mahomes.
The other guys aren't elite?
Hell no.
Okay.
They're not elite. What makes the other 3 elite versus him?
I think an elite player props open a championship window wherever he goes.
That's what you believe to be
That's what I believe to be elite. You do not believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, explain why Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow not elite in your book.
First and foremost, Josh Allen had a chance to get his Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You saw how he played. Elite quarterbacks rise up in extreme circumstances and leads his squad. He puts them on his back and he carries them to where they need to go. Elite quarterbacks show up when others are not showing up. And so when I look at Patrick Mahomes, I see an elite quarterback that learned how to overcome extreme circumstances. These others are learning how to become an elite quarterback.
Emmett, the elite quarterbacks are at home.
Name the elite quarterbacks.
They better put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his
Put
name.
some respect on my name. You understand? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
They give these guys titles, these quarterbacks, and in the moment, they're not able to take advantage of the circumstances. They're not able to take advantage of it. They're not able to. He just schooled them. Buffalo Bills, this was their opportunity to deal with defenses but not get offenses, and they could make it all the way there. He had no comeback. No comeback. So I like what Emma said there. Shout out to Wet 11s. Shout out to Wet 11s. I like what he said there. He's not holding back. Is it possible to be an elite QB without having elite pieces around him? I would say yes, because if we look at what Patrick Mahomes, the talent around him, where he went to his last Super Bowl, I wouldn't say he had elite talent around him. He had an older Travis Kelce, no Rice at receiver. He was using, what was the receiver that played on the Steelers? Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, if you're elite, you can build those guys up and still make it. So if I'll say Patrick Mahomes, you put Patrick Mahomes up there, but what have the other guys done when they were the favorite. They were the favorite, and they had letdowns. So, yeah, I would say you could be elite without having elite pieces. You could definitely be elite. Because what Emmett is saying, the elite quarterback raises the tide and raises the level of play for everybody else. Personally, I think to be elite, you have to at least have won one Super Bowl. If you notice who he put up there, He put Patrick Mahomes up there. The other guys he named, he said he wasn't elite. Sorry, we can't put Joe Burrow on the same level as Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, because the one time he had a good team and made the playoffs, Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl in his second year. Yeah, I view that differently, man. If you want to say you can't put Joe Burrow up there because of health, I'll be with you. If you say play, I would definitely put. How do you put Josh Allen above Joe Burrow? Just out of those three, if it's Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, how do you say Joe Burrow don't belong in that category? If you are saying health-wise, I'm with you. If you are not saying health-wise, and you are saying what they've been able to do, Josh Allen, to me, got to be bumped down. D, did you try the lemon and honey tea for your scratchy throat? I did. I went and bought some organic honey, and I've been crushing it. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm fighting for my life. That's why I said I think my body is telling me I got to sit down and be still. I think that's what my body is telling me. Just sit down and be still for a couple days. I was saying that he's better than Josh Allen tomorrow when it comes to playoff performance. Okay, got you. I was going to say, I wasn't getting it. I don't think Burrow or Allen are elite. Yeah, nah. Burrow is like that. Burrow is like that. Now, Josh Allen, I don't think Josh Allen did anything to help himself this year, but Joe Burrow is like that. I'm not going. Okay, got you. I was reading that wrong, Jeffrey. You were saying Joe Burrow is above them. Got you. These QBs have good stats because they throw on first and second down, not third and fourth, like they had Shedeur doing. Yeah, I think that's a different conversation. I don't think it's the timing. I think Shedeur was in a bad scheme overall, and that held him back. But I don't know if it's just the fact that they throw on first and second down versus third down. I think it's all based on the scheme of how the guys are used. Shedeur was just in a terrible scheme. You know that's the last thing I want to drink, Wet 11s. The last thing I want to drink is some castor oil. You know that. That's the last thing I want to drink. Plus, Burrow has elite receivers. Joe Burrow has elite receivers, and he has a terrible offensive line, and he makes stuff happen. The other teams have better offensive line, but not as good receivers. So, yeah, I think it's like four different conversations happening in the chat. But I'm on Craig's level. I think some of these guys throw around the league too much. They have Brucey throwing first down every game. I'm agreeing with you, Craig, about Josh Allen. I'm saying out of the people you're saying, I'm saying Joe Burrow is elite. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Josh Allen is elite. Yeah, he has elite receivers, but Joe Burrow doesn't have offensive line. He doesn't have a defense. Josh Allen had more opportunities because of the defense. I agree. That's why I'm saying I'm taking Josh Allen down a notch. What an elite mean? You would have a skill set above the average QB, a real good team that can make an average QB look good and win a Super Bowl. What are the unique skills that make a QB elite? Processing. It's not even a lot of them. It's just processing. It's processing. Processing, your ability to process and diagnose what the defense is doing is what makes you elite, to me. You process it, and you can make things happen and go above and beyond what other guys can't. If we look at Josh Allen, he has something where he just makes bad decisions in pressure moments. So, I hope y'all not thinking. I hope y'all not thinking I'm saying Josh Allen elite, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Josh Allen fumbled an opportunity that he should have took advantage of this year. I agree with you. Asante. Lamar teammates dropped passes and lost fumbles that prevented him from getting to the Super Bowl. Yeah, if you notice, my issue was with putting Josh Allen above Joe Burrow. That was my issue. I haven't watched a lot of Allen, but he seems to take bad sacks and turns the ball over a lot. He does. That comes to that processing. When it's a pressure packed moment, Josh Allen makes a bad decision. At the end of the first half in the playoff game, at the end of the first half of the playoff game that Buffalo ended up losing, that was a poor decision by Josh Allen, running with the ball, hanging way out, and they swiped it. So, yeah, I'm saying Josh Allen. The national media says he's so great. I'm not seeing that. He has a good skill set, but when I take Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen, of course I would. Would I take Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen? Of course I would. Would I take Joe Burrow over Josh Allen? Of course I would. Now, looking at stats last year, did Josh Allen put up good numbers? Yeah, he did. But it's more to the numbers. It's when you made the mistakes is what I hold against guys. So, do you remember when we had to drink? I used to throw up about 2 times before I got it down. Yeah, castor oil, that's the last resort. That's the last resort. Last resort for me. I'm not trying to go there. They called that kid with the Chargers elite. For real. Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert, the processing is not there. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to this. I find this very funny. So, remember we were talking about how the Cleveland media is behind? I want to show y'all how the national media has changed how they talk about the Browns and their situation. Kevin was intentionally trying to do stuff to make it appear a certain way. I'll never forget it. He was. Remember at the end of the Dolphins game, he had Dylan Gabriel throwing all those passes? It was crazy. Castor oil will fix whatever is wrong with you. It will, but it's terrible. The window for Josh Allen is slowly closing. Selma Fudd, do you want to hear a way out there statement from me about the window for Josh Allen? Do you want to hear something? The window is closed for Josh Allen. You heard it here first. When I say stuff like this, I'm going to put a date on it. February 11th, 2026. The window has closed for Josh Allen. It's closed. It's closed. The window is closed. The reason why the window for Josh Allen closed is because as you have to start paying guys more who are the top level at their position. So you got to pay Josh the highest amount. They paid him early. Then you got to pay James Cook. Then you got to start playing Dawkins. When you start playing all these guys around him, it's going to be less and less talent, and you got to really knock it out the park through the draft. They haven't shown the ability to do that on the offensive side or defensive side with drafting. They retain that GM. Josh Allen's window is closed. His window is closed. It's done. He done, Selmo Fudd. Are you only seeing the top comments, D? I think I'm seeing all of them. I'm seeing all of them. I did miss some though. I'm seeing all of them. I did miss some though. I did miss some. I did miss a couple. I'm gonna get back to him though.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
D, the media knows there's a chance for the Browns to be good this year. That's why they rated the coach hire low and ranked the Browns 32nd. If the Browns are not good, who are they going to talk about? Talk to him, Black Pearl. they are so used to using the Browns as a punching bag that if the Browns turn things around, they don't have that punching bag anymore. Black seaweed oil drops is the best. Marie was telling me to use oil of oregano. I put oil of oregano and some water. Man, that thing had me. Remember Martin? He would drink something strong. He'd be going like this. That's what it did to me. It had me out there. You think the window is closed? OMG. Yeah, I think the window is closed for Buffalo Bills because they're at a point where they're going to pay at the top of the market for a lot of guys. So they really have to knock it out the park through the draft, and they just don't have a history of knocking out the park through the draft. So I think they're done. Did you hear about Russell Wilson coming to the Browns? I pass on Russell Wilson. Seems to be a great person, but I'll pass on Russell Wilson. Castor oil would just run anything out of you through one end or the other. Craig, for real. You know that's the last thing I'm trying to do is the castor oil. There's one player that I compared Joe Burrow's career to, and it's Dan Marino, both really good quarterbacks with bad teams. It's starting to align. It's starting to match. I take oil of oregano every morning. Asante, how much do you take and how much water do you put it with? All right, let me see where I left off at because it was a lot. All right, let me see. Mobile QBs don't last as long as the media and the big dogs know Shedeur. He is more like Burrow than he is Geno, and when he gets the right pieces around him, he is going to get dangerous. I agree with that. Would you be excited if we brought in Mike Evans to be that veteran kind of safety blanket? I would be excited. I don't see why Mike Evans will come here. I think the Browns are going to win the division. Jizzle, I'm right there with you. Lamar teammates let Lamar down. I agree with that. Emmett is preaching on these fools. He is. Emmett schooled that fool. He did. Emmett was going off all Super Bowl weekend. I agree with that. We got that one. I don't think I've ever seen Emmett talk this spicy before. Him and Coach Prime were on a run last week. They were. Okay, there we go. I got that. Josh Allen is overrated. Yeah, the national media got him hyped up. All right, did I catch up? Okay, I think I did catch up. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I think I did. I think I got everybody. Let me make sure. I wish Wilson would retire. Yeah, it's tough. He holding on to it. I don't want to tell people when they should stop doing something, but he gotta. I don't want him on my team. I'll say that. Castor oil. My mom used to place the bottles on the oven door to warm it up for my sister. I had to take. Yeah, castor oil is like punishment. So you know, that's last resort. I'd rather have Geno Smith as a backup quarterback than Russell Wilson because Smith's game is like Shedeur Sanders and they have similar builds. They play similarly. Yeah, I'm cool on Russell Wilson. You take 2 soft gels every morning. Okay, got it, Asante. I got the drops, and that thing it got me. The national media started to say that maybe Shedeur might be the best option. So why can't Cleveland media get with it? I don't know why they can't get with it. I don't know why they can't.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
What is going on, Marie? Good morning. D, did you get the oil of oregano yet? You sound a little congested. Yeah, I did get it, Marie. I put it in some water, and that thing was like, it was strong. I was like, dang. It was strong. I only took it one time. I got to take it again today. I took it yesterday because I ordered it. I got it the same day. And then I took some yesterday, so I'm gonna take some today. But it's definitely, it's strong. It's strong. It is strong. I say that. And I don't know where. I just started like probably 15 minutes ago. I just started like coughing, and I'm like, man, what is this? There's an oil of oregano that I use that I have black seed oil and vitamin E in it. I think it has vitamin E in it. Let me see. Detour. Detour. Let me show y'all this real quick. Be right back. Yeah, this is the one. Let me get back on camera. Yeah, this is the one I got. The one that Marie told me to get at the end of the last stream. Y'all keep acting like all the QBs they bringing up is better than Shedeur. Laughable. Yeah, these veteran journeyman guys, I'm cool on all of them. I wonder if Flacco is retiring. He might. I'll also take Silver Biotics. D, you'll get used to it. Get used to the drops. It works. You'll get used to it. Let me tell you, Marie, I put this thing in some water. This is it right here. Let me see. Is it gonna show clear? I don't know if it is. Hold on. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but this is the one you told me to get. It's the oil of oregano. It's the organics. Garden of Life. This thing hit me. I was like, oh my goodness. Geno Smith game is not comparable to Shedeur. You sound crazy. I think if you talk about just them passing from the pocket, I think that's comparable because Geno Smith is not really a scrambler. So I can see that portion of it. Asante says, I'm the supplemental king. I try not to mess with the pharmaceuticals. Yeah, if I can avoid it, I try to go that route too. Has the local Cleveland media ever supported any of the QBs of color? Let me think about that. We had so many quarterbacks. Let me think about that. Man, that's such a good question. Going back to 99, we only had journeyman quarterbacks. Yeah, we only really had journeyman quarterbacks, so it was never a situation where it was like a lot of buy-in for a quarterback of color. I don't think it was an issue with Jacoby Brissett. They wasn't really going to Jacoby Brissett. They're more so complain about quarterbacks after they left the Cleveland market. Why we let them go? Why do we trade them like Josh Dobbs? But since 99, we haven't really had a top tier quarterback of color that they really could get behind. D, it works faster than the pills. Trust me. When I had COVID or cold or allergies acting up, it would knock it out. I didn't have any respiratory issues while taking it. Hang in there, D. Marie, do it always taste strong like that? Do it always taste strong? I really look forward to this upcoming season with the Browns. D, did you notice since Rivers came back, all these retired players want to come back? These young people better step their game up. They had to. Why did the media not like Beckham? They didn't really turn on Odell until they didn't turn on Odell until his dad kind of put out that video of how many times Baker missed him. Before that, they didn't really have no issues with Odell. Odell was cool with the Cleveland media. We did trade, I think, a pick in the 20s for Odell, and they came on and announced it and said we select Odell Beckham. So I don't think they had a big issue with him until stuff went bad. Until it went bad. When it went bad, they turned on him quick, real quick. D put it in some tea or juice. Oh, okay, that might be better because I put that thing in water and I drank it in water and I was like, what is this? Cleveland media is obsessed with the QB position. This really needs to be studied. I agree with that. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for CU and the Browns. It's just that first time shock, KC. That first time shock, I was like, what is this? Let's get to the next video, y'all. Get to the next video.
question, Jeff, we've been asking every year for 30 years. What should the Browns do at quarterback?
Good luck, Jeff. We have crushed this one, huh? I mean, look, I think it's going to be Sanders. I think it's going to be Gabriel and Deshaun Watson. I think will be the three that they, let compete once OTAs begin. They're going to let them all battle it out, let everybody see who the best of the best is, and hopefully build around there. But this thing has been an absolute disaster. And I thought the Sanders, as he began to progress throughout the season, gave him a chance to actually go prove himself, which is always good. Gabriel the same. And now you'll have Deshaun Watson coming back from, I don't remember the last time he played, 4 years ago? Whatever.
It was a couple.
So Jeff Saturday is past playing the media game. They're looking at the salary cap. They're looking at what the Browns can add in the draft. They're looking at the free agents available, and they're saying the room is going to be the room. That's what they're saying. The room is going to be the room when it comes to quarterback. Cleveland media doesn't want to get on this yet, but we've been on this for 2 months. National media is on it now. Cleveland media is still on the train to get rid of somebody. Still on the train to get rid of somebody. The drops will hit the back of your throat, but you get used to it. If you want to feel better faster, you got to stay strong. Yeah, I got to do it. I'm going to do it probably in the mornings and just kind of when I'm going through today, feeling a little congestion, feeling a random cough out of nowhere. I think what I'm going to do is on Friday, I'm going to take off Friday's stream so I can just have a bunch of days in a row to get back to myself. So then that'll give me Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday before we go Monday stream. So I think that's what I'm going to do just so I can knock this out. I don't like not feeling all like myself. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. D, do you think Shedeur asked for the playbook early? I think he's going to ask for it early. I don't know how much of it that they have already together. I did hear Coach Prime saying that he was going to get Shedeur linked up with Jameis because Jameis played in the system, probably help him out with some things. So I think as early as he can get it, he's going to get it as early as he can. But they're so busy. They're so busy hiring the staff and finishing up the hiring of the staff that I don't know if they really locked into that portion yet. But the keys to the scheme, hopefully he is already working on that part. Hopefully he is already working on that part. Crown Collector, what's going on? Have you ever had an immunity shot with ginger, cayenne pepper, etc.? If so, it's not as bad as that, but we drink it to feel better. You talking about the little liquid shots? You know what happened? I always kept the little liquid shots with the cayenne and ginger. I always kept them in the refrigerator, and I used to order from a food service, and I used to order them, and I used to have them loaded up, and I would drink one every day. And when I stopped drinking those every day, that's when this started happening with my throat. That's when it started happening with my throat. When it comes to feeling better, what's good for you don't always taste good, but what tastes good is usually bad for you. That's a bar, Asante. That is a bar right there. That is a bar. That is a bar. But y'all see here, they're already changing because they just went and looked. They looked at it. They looked at free agent salary cap and all that stuff. They are changing. The Cleveland media is not ready to accept the fact that these are going to be the three quarterbacks unless Dylan is out and they bring in like a Tyler Huntley or a late round pick. The veteran is Deshaun. I know people don't want to hear that. Deshaun is the veteran. They're not going to take an $80 million cap hit to make people in Cleveland media feel better. They don't run their organization based on what the Cleveland media thinks and feels. People in Cleveland media said get rid of all of the quarterbacks. It's not going to happen, y'all. It's not going to happen. The writing's on the wall. They don't want to see it, but they have to deal with it. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors around these incoming free agent QBs. I'm not buying any of it. Dylan will be gone, and they will bring in someone to compete. That's just it. That is just it. D, just get the castor oil. You'll be better by today. I'm telling you, I'm avoiding that castor oil like the plague. Like the plague. I'm going to hit this oil of oregano after the stream again. I'm telling you, I'm definitely avoiding that castor oil. Not to win the job, though. I think they're going to bring in potentially somebody who can help teach the terminology and the plan to the guys. That's what I think. So when people were saying Huntley, I can see Huntley being a fourth quarterback that they bring in and help them get the guys up to speed on the terminology and all that stuff. I could definitely see that. I don't think they're bringing in somebody who is going to compete for a starting job. I don't see it happening. I've been saying that for a while. So the Browns just financially are not in a position to do that. They are not in a position to do that. So national media is getting it. National media finally came aboard what we've been saying for the longest. They finally joined the party. I think it's one more part. Let's listen to some more of this.
It's been a while.
Last time he played well.
Those are different
answers.
for sure.
Very different answers. Speaking of Cleveland, Micah Parsons, the Defensive Player of the Year, asked Myles Garrett, or I should say that Defensive Player of the Year, if Shedeur was going to be the Browns' starting quarterback next season. Here's how he responded.
Do y'all have the guy? Is Shedeur the guy?
That's what we're looking at as a guy. We're going to give him a shot to prove that he's a guy. So we're not going to give anyone that title until they go out there and earn it. And he was the last person to be on the field, and he showed some flashes. So we're going to give him an opportunity to show what we can really do, uncork the ball.
A lot of big gets for Parsons on Media Row last week. Graz, he might have a future in this sort of thing.
That wasn't a ringing endorsement of
that's a terrible question.
Somebody's going to be the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He was there last year.
He was starting at the end of this season.
He was.
Does Shedeur carry that momentum into next season? Is he going to be the starter like all through this process?
It really depends on who else they can get. And, you mentioned Deshaun Watson. He is under contract there for one more year at a fully guaranteed $46 million. So if he can play, you would think he'd have a shot. So, I think Cleveland's quarterback situation, breaking news, obviously very murky and difficult to figure out. But Shedeur Sanders, I believe, would be in the mix. I mean, new coaching staff, I think, fresh eyes on all of it. We will see.
Right.
But, I think it's way too early to call this one.
And I think that's the challenge. You look at what's in Cleveland, and people will say, well, why don't
they're moving forward. They don't want it to be Shedeur. They don't want it to be those guys. I don't know what they wanted Myles to say in that situation. Like when they say, "Oh, it's not a glowing endorsement for Deshaun Watson," what did you want him to say? Like that's always my follow-up. What could he have said that would have been okay? Because I think he handled it as good as he could. They want people to cause drama. They want you to say, "Oh man, we don't believe in Deshaun," or they want you to knock people. So. I just don't get him. I don't get him. It's the team is going to be the team. Off subject, but Deshaun played in 2024, 7 games, and won 1 game, 5 TDs, 3 interceptions. Kevin's offense by default. There shouldn't be any discussion who the starting QB is. Facts. Who should be the starting QB, Kane? Make it more clear. Tell me who you saying it should be. Are you saying it should be Deshaun? Or are you saying it should be Shedeur? Make it clear. Make it plain for me. I don't want to have to guess what your what the point of your message is. That guy has always hated on Shedeur. Trash. They always do. They've struck out on every narrative since Shedeur started. You think they stopped guessing by now. They won't stop. They won't stop guessing. Myles speaking like he got some inside info with that statement. We will give him a shot. I agree. Myles isn't the head coach or GM. He can't make any definitive statements that the organization hasn't made yet. I agree. That's why that's why when they say what is he supposed to say, I'm like, what did you want him to say? Hottie toddies work too. I used to drink hottie toddies back in the day when I used to get sick. Not as much now. They mad because Myles said he wanted them. It's already been discussed. National media flipped because Andrew isn't giving them the info. Local ain't getting anything because Andrew doesn't trust him. There you go. There you go. If Myles said yes, they would have said as the captain he really shouldn't be disclosing that information. They're insufferable. That's what I'm saying. What you want him to say? I tend to agree with Jeff more than anyone. Yeah, Jeff Saturday said, I got to keep my name clean. Mary Kay pumping out Malik Willis narrative now. It's a slow news month. Facts. Also, try clove tea. I put about 3 to 4 cloves in my daily smoothie. Cloves work well for respiratory issues respiratory issues as well. Look it up if you don't like smoothies. Make the tea. It will help as well. Yeah, I'm not a big smoothie person. It's funny that you read that. You kind of knew. I'm not a big smoothie person, but I'll definitely go with some tea. So who is going to the practice squad? If they add 4, probably Dylan Gabriel. If they end up with 4 QBs. Jeff always seemed authentic with his assessment, but those others not so much. Grossman, Orlowski, or Foxworth are worse. Peep this. Out of 32 teams, it's the Browns they're talking about. That's a fact. Definitely hit that like button. If you're here and enjoying yourself, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Miles don't have to be a GM. You better believe he's talking to someone. I don't think she was saying it in that sense. I think she was saying it in a way that he can't put the organization's plans out there before the organization does. And I agree with that. I got to get closed this weekend. Andrew Berry has said he talks to Miles. He does. He knows what's going on. Now let's get to the main topic. Who is on the Summer Jam screen? If you don't like Shedeur, just say that. It will be easier. It will be an easier life for you. If you don't like Shedeur, just say that. We got one, Adam the Bull. If you pull the receipts on my channel, I've been saying things about what Adam the Bull says for a very long time. And this is another instance where he could have easily just said, I don't like Shedeur. Just say it, man. You don't got to dance around it. You don't got to play. Because they're backing themselves into a corner with these narratives that they're using. It just doesn't make sense. And then also, he's going to do something that we spoke about the other day. We spoke about it the other day. Don't summarize what I said. Say exactly what I said. Respond to it. Don't summarize what I said. Don't take away. Don't add anything to it. Bailey Zappi signed with the Jets. Yeah, he signed with them. Wet 11s. He signed with them a little bit ago. He signed with them like a couple weeks ago. Do they not hear what's already been said? Nothing given, everything earned. It's there, C.A. Anderson. Very, 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 very clearly. Also, good. You still here, C.A. Anderson? I just got the notification. C.A. Anderson, yours will be coming in 2 boxes as well. They're not coming at the same time. So, glad to see you still here. Let me give you this quick update, real quick, while I got your attention. Your first box. Let me tell you when your first box is gonna be there. I just had it here. I just got the notification. The anybody but Shedeur syndrome, the players endorse him, media, we don't know. AB tells Shedeur to come back to Cleveland for the coach meeting. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, they just want to write it off like it don't matter. They want to write it off like it don't matter. It is crazy. C. Anderson is saying your first package should be there tomorrow. So be looking for your first of 2 packages. First one getting there tomorrow. Talking about the clothes, I just use it as a preventative thing. A lot of folks getting sick out there, so I'm trying to stay smart. The flu and COVID is making its rounds. Yeah, people, it's I don't know what it is. Usually I can go like a year and a half and not really get nothing. Then something just pops up, and I'm trying to fight this thing off. AB, before they hired Monken, said the head coach and they would decide together in a few weeks on the QB. It's been a few weeks and teammates are more vocal. No coincidence. I think not. D, look at Miles' body language when he says they're looking at him as the guy. He said it with pride, like he was proud. Let me go back to it. I still got it up here. Let me pull it back up. Where did it go? Let me pull that back up, Zedric. And then we're going to get to Bull, because we know Bull just hating. Just, hey, if you don't like the man, just say you don't like the man. Don't play games. Stand on what you believe. Say it with your chest. Make it clear. Make it clear. All right, I think I got it here.
People will say, well, why don't they trade for an example of Kyler Murray?
Nobody want no Kyler Murray. Why they trying to put Kyler Murray on us? Like Kyler Murray's so good. Don't put Kyler Murray on us. Don't put him on us. All right, they're going to show it right after this.
Browns starting quarterback next season. Here's how he responded.
Do y'all have the guy? Is Shedeur the guy?
That's what we're looking at as a guy. We're going to give him a shot to prove that he's a guy. So we're not going to give anyone that title until they go out there and earn it. And he was the last person to be on the field, and he showed some flashes. So we're going to give him an opportunity to show what we can really do, uncork the ball.
Said it with his chest, didn't dance around it, made it clear, easy to understand. The Browns are seeing what social media is saying. That's why they're freezing out the Cleveland media. And Andrew Berry doesn't handle things in the media. He does what he's going to do regardless. I am saying it. I don't like bull. C. Anderson said, I'm not a fan. I'm going to have to watch the stream from the beginning because I think I missed a lot. Yeah, we was here for a while. We've been here for a while. Where is our Jizzle? Y'all know he goes in on bull, for real. Miles is talking to upper management. I agree. Kyler Murray is not it. Yeah, I don't want Kyler Murray. I don't know. I don't want none of the quarterbacks that they're saying the Browns can get. I don't want Tua. I don't want Kyler Murray. I don't want Mac Jones. I don't want Malik Willis. I don't want none of these guys. None of these guys have the upside of year 2 Shedeur. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't want none of them. So if you if you one of the hate watchers is watching behind the curtain, I'm making clear I don't want none of these guys they bringing up. None of them. Now listen to this. He gonna play the tactics that we spoke about the other day.
Job.
I think when they go
That's crazy.
I think when they go jogging out there in OTAs
he's going to be in the first
he will be the first team quarterback.
Maybe, but I don't know that. I think that's far from a sure thing, guys.
You just asked me was he? I said on OTAs practice 1. I do think he will be the first quarterback out there.
If you asked anybody on the Titans, would they have not said Cam Ward is the starting quarterback?
No, they.
We're going to break this down. Weak argument. The first thing you do is take it off the point of what you're talking about, and then you go to a whole nother team, whole nother situation, whole number different circumstances, and you bring up a number 1 overall pick. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. These weak arguments won't work. You have to do better. You got to do your homework. You got to do better. You have to do better. But oh, my goodness. You wild, Asante. Not stick, but Matthew, what's going on? How you feeling? That's the first thing he did. Miles actually answered. He said, we're looking at him as the guy, but to immediately latch on to the earn. For real. They straight missed it. Bulls always deflected.
Yeah, so
in a different position. You do understand that Ken Ward was the number 1 pick in the draft.
Different. There's levels to that. I understand it. I don't think you understand it.
Oh, no, we understand it. We totally understand.
You're making it seem like, they just don't want to say Shedeur's number 1.
Oh, they don't want to do that. No, they're being politically correct.
I don't believe that at all.
Well, when you got a new head coach that come in and you got an open competition.
But are you saying that they believe Shedeur is the starter, but they just don't want to say it because
I think that they want Shedeur to be.
I'm saying exactly what I said. If you didn't hear what I said, ask me to repeat what I said. Don't tell me, are you saying this? I'm saying exactly what I said. They're playing it smart. They're saying, we're looking at him as the guy. Everything will be earned. It's that simple. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. That's what they're saying. That's what everybody is saying. Bull. You got to do better, man. Another thing Bull does. Bull plays the smaller percentage of the two. If you just look at the majority, if 90% is this, don't bring up that other 10% like it make a difference. The world runs off the majority. Stop telling me about this 10%. Well, I bet you there are 1 or 2 guys who probably don't believe Shedeur is the guy. 1 or 2 guys on a 53-man roster that's going to have about 70-something players, and you bringing up 1 or 2? Man, go sit somewhere. Go sit somewhere with that. Go sit somewhere. Go sit somewhere. I'm sorry, but Bull looks completely unhealthy. I cannot take anything he has to say about sports seriously. He seems jealous. It's a lot of stuff. It comes out. The more people talk, you hear their true intentions. You hear their true intentions.
No, maybe one. No. I don't know what they want.
No, I know they believe.
I don't know how you read any. Miles, maybe I could buy that reading into that. I don't know how you could believe.
Denzel, what? He's in a very good position if he just want to go get it.
He said, I don't take anything Denzel.
Another mistake Bull makes. Bull doesn't even watch these clips until he's about to react to it, and he always lacks understanding of what the person said. Man, it's 30 seconds. If you can't watch a 30, 45-second, 1-minute clip to prepare yourself so you don't go up there looking crazy, how can we take what you say seriously? If you cannot do that, how can we take what you say seriously? Y'all, I watch 45-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour interviews to watch the whole thing and we might talk about it for 30 seconds. So I'm prepared. I have the full context of what they were saying in the moment and throughout the entire thing. If you are not willing to put in the work to watch small, short clips, we cannot take what you say seriously. He always don't know what they said. Play that back. Play that back. Why we always got to play something back for you, man? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? You gonna do it some more?
By
the way,
he had a little smirk when he said it too.
Look, let me tell you how
when he said it too.
AG Bush. So like, yeah, how you feel about Shedeur Sanders?
I just don't understand how we could assume he'd be the guy.
Who, Shedeur?
Yeah.
Have you heard Shelby Harris?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How could we assume that? Who would you assume?
No.
Who would you assume?
I can't assume anybody.
No, if you had to guess right now, Tyvus. On the first day of OTAs, who would you guess that would be the first quarterback?
I guess I would say him.
All right, then. So what are you talking about?
Tyvus, where you find that backbone at? I guess enough people called you out to now you even standing on business. Because you wasn't doing this all year. You was not doing this all year. This is very simple. Adam the Bull immediately went to the gray area. It was a couple weeks ago. We were talking on something, and the person didn't want to answer, and I was saying no. If these are the two teams in the Super Bowl, if you're going to talk about who the winner or loser or who you are projecting to be the winner or the loser, you got to pick between the two teams. You cannot pick something else. Bull just said, I don't know. It's only 3 guys on the roster. You got Deshaun Watson, Shedeur, you got Dylan Gabriel. Pick one. Who would you pick out of those 3? That's the question. Not, what are we doing? Pick one of those 3. I don't know. Okay. Then they force you to pick one, and who do you say? Well, if I just got to pick, I would say Shedeur. So why do we just have this whole conversation for nothing? Why do we have this entire conversation for nothing? Year 1 won't be like year 2. Year 2 won't be like year 1. I said it backwards. Nobody is tuning in for you to dance around and just answer directly what you have going on. You bring up the conversation and then you don't want to stand on nothing. Then you don't want to stand on nothing. Come on, man. What are you doing?
It's no choice.
Miles.
That's the point. That's exactly
they were
the
both.
point.
Here's the bottom line. Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel were both bad when they played last year.
This is where they make the mistake and they show their true colors. We are not talking about Dylan Gabriel. We are not talking about the play last year. We are talking about today and moving forward. As soon as he goes back to they played bad last year, this is where you are better off saying, I do not like Shedeur. I don't like Shedeur. You are going to dig yourself a deeper hole by you going back to last year. You don't go to last year to nobody else. You don't go to last year to nobody else you talk about. Just say you don't like Shedeur. Just say you don't like Shedeur. Why did the bot get Maya? The bot is tripping. The bot, you tripping. The bot is tripping. My bad, Maya. I said what I said in my Nene Leaks voice. That's it. Don't try to summarize what I said. If you don't like Shedeur, say I don't like Shedeur. Just come out here and say it. Don't do this thing. Oh, he looks this, he looks that. Like, come on. For real.
Have you ever had a dream that you want to?
Maya, it's not you. It's my part-time bot. Anytime you have a period in something, the bot assumes for whatever reason that it's a link and it's not a link. That's my bot just tripping. So that's not you. That's the bot. I can't stand when people move a point and bring in other people to make a point. Now that it moves from this point to their talking point, I make you stand on it. Nope, this is the topic. Laurie, talk to him. The first thing he did was took it to something else. The first thing he did was take it to something else. Why you got to take it to something else?
That's just the reality of the situation. But we can make all the excuses we want, and I will acknowledge that I saw more flashes, as Myles Garrett said, from Shedeur than I did from Dillon Gabriel. And you know I want nothing to do with Dillon Gabriel. To me, I wouldn't even consider him. But Shedeur Sanders played poorly by almost any metric last year, by any statistical count last year.
So here's the thing.
And
so given the current roster, the quarterback room,
I'd rather see him than anybody else.
Why are you sitting here acting like this?
Because the current quarterback room could be very different when OTAs start.
Well, here's the thing.
How could the quarterback room be different? What money are they using? What free agents are available? What are they going to do in the draft? Where you at, Marie? It's the bot. The bot is tripping. Says you didn't do anything. Yeah, Maya, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Did I miss one before that, Marie? I think Bull was attacked, as he says, by Shedeur supporters. He's been rage baiting. I don't get mad anymore. I just don't watch or ignore the ignorance. Yeah, he tripping. He tripping. I saw this, and y'all know, like, I haven't even really been really showing that much from UCSS because I know it's about to get really outrageous. But this conversation, everybody saw this differently than Bull. And it don't even make sense what he's saying, because financially what he's saying don't make sense. When it comes to the draft, it doesn't make sense. And there are opportunities for trading and all that stuff. It doesn't make sense. So this was just so bad. That's the reason why I brought this up, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you don't think this is going to be the QB room, what is the QB room going to be? I played before this on ESPN. Jeff Saturday, this is going to be the QB room. The QB room is not changing. It's not magically going to be something different. So, Bull, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where we at? Bull doesn't want to understand what doesn't fit his narrative. I agree with that. Bull, I disagree. Shedeur didn't play like Dillon, looking like a funky Peter Griffin. The bot is related to Bull. I agree. You have to be a fair and objective-minded person to say that he does not like Shedeur. That's all he got to say. That's all he got to say. Maria, I got your comment. Maria, I got your comment. It's just Maya. Just stop, Bull. He got to stop. He got to stop. D, read the Bull comments, please. I got you. Extra onions. Oh, no. Bull is not fair-minded at all, just a hater. Not if I could start Bull, I would. OTAs hasn't started, so that's not the point again. Moving talking points. He is all over the place. Yeah, I stopped watching that clown show months ago. It used to be times where it seems like they were having real conversations. Now they just all over the place with it. Bull don't want to comprehend what doesn't agree with his logic. I agree. Bull thinks his comments makes him special. Some people love attention no matter how they get it. People should just ignore him because he wants to provoke. I think that's the angle he's taking. When instead of just saying, I don't like Shedeur, how can he say Shedeur played bad? Then what has happened seasons prior when Joe had the starter's position? They don't even look at the season in totality. They act like Joe Flacco didn't play this year, that he didn't stink up the joint. Like they're just talking. He's doing every weak debate tactic he is using. Change the subject, move the goalposts. Act like he doesn't understand. change it to a counterpoint, and then he doesn't even stand on the counterpoint. He's doing every weak debate tactic you could use.
Certainly when training camp starts.
What they're telling you.
There's free agency. There's the draft. There's a lot that could happen.
Have you heard Shelby Harris's comments?
I did not hear Shelby.
Harris.
Shelby went to bat.
Shelby Harris said.
Oh, I think I did hear Shelby.
He
Harris.
said, "We're going to embrace him with arms wide open."
So
and
Shelby
we're going to
Harris
have
is
his
speaking
back.
for Todd Monken.
Shelby Harris.
D, I'm curious to go to Bull's Twitter and let's read some comments. Let's see if we can see if he's active over there. Just don't get stuck in the elevator with him, Black Pearl, going from floor 1 to 10. Man, oh man. Well, if Bull likes attention, impress me and miss the next sandwich. Show me that. I refuse to watch those delusional whites, beloved. Those is what they doing. That is what they do when they hate. They hate. I think they would be better suited to just say they don't like him. But Shedeur QB stats were higher than other QBs. Bull, trying my best not to insult you, my guy. All he has to say is, I don't like Shedeur. All he got to do is say he don't like Shedeur. Bull didn't even know there was a fire in the projects in Cleveland. He saw out of touch. Way out of touch. Way out of touch. Let's see. What is his name over here? Adam the Bull? Let's see if he's talking about anything over there before we wrap this thing up. Let's take this down. Wait, let's change this over. I wonder how many QBs they know with no true practices, first team reps, would have played better than Shedeur as a rookie. They don't even want to look into that. They don't even want to look into it. They're not fair. They're not fair and honest. Really, all he has to do is retire. Yeah, leave it alone. All right, let's see. Let's see. It doesn't seem like he's really talking. All right, he's not really talking that much about the Browns over here. Yeah, I don't know. He all over the place. He all over the place. I don't really know what he's talking about over here. He ain't talking about nothing. He ain't talking about nothing. He ain't talking about nothing over there. Nothing at all. He ain't really talking about nothing. Shedeur, okay, I got that one. Now that said, you can tell who doesn't care about our people or people that aren't like them. Sad but true. To me, he is not a person that does really any level of research. They're always having to bring him up to speed on stuff. He never knows what people are talking about. Somebody is always saying, oh, did you see this? Did you see this? And he never sees nothing, but he has strong opinions on it. So those type of people, I'm telling y'all, just say, I don't like Shedeur. It will look better for you. It will look better for you because then people will not dissect the things you say to this level. They would just write you off as somebody that don't like Shedeur. The problem is they want to live in the world of getting the views from Shedeur, but they don't want to be honest about how they view things. So they want the views, but they don't want to be honest about what they're saying. So only thing that's helped Shedeur a little bit was he got to throw the trash cans. So you would have thought him and JJ would have had better chemistry. Oh, no. You wild. You wild. You wild. You wild for that one, Craig. You were wild for that one. Wild for that one. But that's funny, though. Going into the offseason, I just want y'all to know it's going to be a lot of talk. It's going to be a lot of things that they're going to say And a lot of times they're trying to make content. So it's different lanes you can go with making your content. You can go the we're going to talk about what's real and what's happening right now lane, or you can go heavy speculation and not talk about things that are happening in the real world. So don't fall for the clickbait stuff that they're going to be doing. Don't fall for the speculation about this quarterback to this quarterback to this quarterback. Mary Kay probably never said Malik Willis' names before this season. Now she knows who he is. She don't know how many games he played, what he's good at, or anything. She don't know none of that stuff. So don't fall for it, because they're going to try to use your interest against you. So do like Marie said, ignore their ignorance. Ignore their ignorance. Ignore it. Because if you don't talk about, think about it, they didn't talk about the Super Bowl. They're not talking about anything actively happening. They're not talking about free agency. They're not talking about who you even could add to the team. So you can't give them all the views. You can't give them all the attention. But I wanted to highlight this because it was so bad. Janky is going to be better next year because he is going to have competition. They bring somebody else in there. And he got to look over his shoulder. It's going to change things. So that is a wild take, my boy. Yeah, they only going to get worse. The takes are going to get worse, y'all. And I'm just preparing y'all for it. The takes are going to get worse. They're going to get way worse. Don't fall for it. Don't give them your energy. I'm about to drink some oil of oregano with some water. I'll probably put some juice as a chaser. Then I'm going to have me some tea. I'm going to get myself back right. Friday stream, I'm going to take Friday stream off. I'm going to try to get a video out to y'all on Patreon of Deshaun Watson's last game he played, because we're going to put that to bed about Deshaun Watson and how he played, and him being the starter when his body is breaking down on him and they act like NFL was not a physical sport. I'm going to get that out to y'all. But Friday, I'm going to take Friday off so I can nurse myself back to help get to my normal form. And then we're going to be back at this thing on YouTube on Monday. So don't let the haters get to y'all. Don't let them get to y'all. D, I think we have become immune to them. That's a good place to be in. I like it. What I would tell you, fam, is to protect your peace. Just know the local media has no inside info. The agenda spreaders are gone. Don't give them engagement, because tartar equals money for them. Perfectly said. Perfectly said, Marie. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. The names they bring up aren't even better than Shedeur anyways. I totally agree with that. Feel better soon, D. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. It's just Maya. Let me shout out to everybody that supported. Let me go here. Shout out to Wet 11s. Shout out to Black Pearl. I'm going to work on this thing. If all else fails, I'm going to get that castor oil, y'all. But y'all know that's the last step. I don't want to go castor oil, but I'll see how I feel after 2 days. I might go castor oil, but I don't want to. I appreciate that, Latika. I'm going to try to get this thing right, try to get better. Malik is probably going to Miami or the Jets. I can see that. Shout out to you, Craig. Shout out to you, Black Pearl. I appreciate y'all and everything y'all are telling me to do to get better. I'm definitely going to take it in so I can get better. I appreciate y'all. It's been another great stream. Enjoy the next couple days. If you're on Patreon, engagement, not tartar. This phone is crazy. I knew what you meant, but I just kept it rolling. Marie. But it's been real as always. Tap into the Patreon. I'll get a video out to y'all. Peace, everybody. Thank you for all y'all kind words. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy yourselves.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Ready my check, I read on my bag. I did what I did.